to a brand new video on my channel. I am back with another top 10 movies of the 2000s, and we are now in 2005. Yes, we are 5 years into 5 years. We are 5 years into the 2000s now, so we're at the midway point. And I will be honest with this one, I did kind of struggle a little bit with this, but I have managed to come up with my top 10. And there's only 1, 2, 3 of these that I don't physically own. So, yeah. So let's get into it. At number 10 is Bewitched. Yes. This stars Nicole Kidman, Will Ferrell, and it's basically a remake of the TV show. And you know what? I think I remember watching this. It was either on TV or it was over my nan's on a VHS tape. I can't remember which one. And I just remember falling in love with it, having a good laugh with it. And every so often, if I find it on a streaming service for free or anything like that, I then put it on. So I had to include it on this list. The next one is at number 9, Miss Congeniality 2. I've seen both films, absolutely enjoyed both films. I think, yet again, kind of like with Bewitched, I think it's absolutely hilarious. Sandra Bullock as Gracie Hart. Love it. Just this badass cop that ends up going into this beauty pageant to try and save people. And then come around to the second one and she's got to do it all over again. She's got to save her friend and just, yeah. Second time around is fun. The new characters are fun as well. So if you haven't watched these two films, definitely give them a watch. They're ones that you could probably put on the background and not have to overthink it and sort of like just enjoy yourself. But they are enjoyable and some really funny moments in them. At number 8 is a Jim Carrey film, and that is Fun with Dick and Jane. So with this one, this is about a couple who goes through the fact of that he has lost his job due to the company going completely under. They then decide to try and get their money back and try and get things back by doing some things that they shouldn't do. And that's all I'm going to say on that one. And the first time I watched it was actually after I picked up this triple pack. And I picked this up in Mataland. I know. I remember the day I picked this up. I spotted it. I said to my mum that I really wanted it. And then ended up watching all 3 films. And Liar Liar is the best one out of these two. But I then think Fun, Dick and Jane is the better one after that. But it's fun, enjoyable. One of Jim Carrey's probably lesser known comedies. But I still think it's fun. There's a moment where he's dressed as Cher, and that's hilarious. And just some of the lines they come out with is hilarious as well. So if you want a Jim Carrey film that's not too popular, if you want to go more into like his deeper side of his films, Fun with Dick and Jane is one I'd recommend. The next one is pretty much a newer one to the list. So I had seen this when my sister was watching it as a kid. And I found it to be okay at the time. But over the years, after the more she watched it and after the couple of times that I've seen it now, I've added it to the list because it's just grown on me so much. And that is Corpse Bride. I really enjoy this film now. It's a Tim Burton classic. And just, I don't know why it took me so long to grow on this, and hence why it's quite high on my list, to be honest. And it's certainly it's definitely Tim Burton because of the animation, but I think it's such a unique story. And so you got Johnny Depp in this, Helen Bonham Carter, a lot of big names in this, and just, yeah. If you want a horror animated film, I'd say this. It is kid friendly, but it does get rather creepy at points. It does deal with the dead. Hence why Corpse Bride. But no, this is one of those ones, like I said, it has grown on me so much more over the years, and I love that. I kind of miss when films used to take a while to grow on me. And so I'm actually glad I could put this on my list, because I didn't realise this was 2005. This was 20 years ago. I thought this was like 2010s. I don't know why. So Corpse Bride is number 7 on my list. If you see me looking in the corner, it's because I've got my list written down for when I don't have the films in the collection, so I don't forget where they are. But at number 6 is a Robin Williams film that I know quite a few people probably have heard of this, but yet again, kind of like with Fun with Dick and Jane, this is not as well known as his other roles, and that is Robots. A film about a city all about robots. What more can I say? But this is a fun little film. I will admit this is one of those ones that I do tend to put on the background when I'm laying in bed. So if I do end up falling asleep, I fall asleep. But yet again, with these other ones, because I feel like this year's more about the comedy films. With these films, it's just, they always seem to make me laugh. The lines that come out of this are hilarious. I mean, Aunt Fanny doing her farting thing, and just, like, there's so many random moments in this, but it's hilarious. The bad guys in this are hilarious. There's one line from one of them that goes, "Oh my god, I'm as crazy as my mother." So funny, and just, it's a simple line, and I love it. But no, this is one of Robin Williams' probably lesser known character, and that is Bender. Funny, hilarious, and just probably in my top 10 of Robin Williams films, but at the same time I haven't seen all of his films, so definitely Robots. If you have not seen it, do give it a watch. The next one is probably the only action film, well no, there's 2 action films, but this is the flat out action film, but this is sort of a romantic comedy at the same time, and that is Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Brad Pitt, Angelina Jolie, 2 spies get together who don't realise they're spies. And yeah, if you want something different for a romantic movie night, definitely give this one a watch, because it is just fun. And even the fight scenes in this, and there's one especially near the end with these 2, and it is just so funny when they go, there's a line that she says, she goes, "You alive, baby?" And he just goes, "Ugh." And it's just like, just that little scene there is hilarious. But it is a good film. I think it is 2 hours though. So it is one of those that if you're not a 2 hour long person, you might struggle with this. But if you are, I think you will enjoy it. I think a lot of people have seen this by now. But yeah, so Mr. and Mrs. Smith is at my number 5 spot, because I do like to return to this a bit more than some of the others on this list. The next one is the last one that I don't own, and it's yet again, kind of like with The Corpse Bride, one that has grown on me over the years, and that is Ice Princess. This stars the late Michelle Trachtenberg. That sounds so weird to say that now, but I rewatched it after her passing last year, and honestly, I think at the time maybe I just didn't want to enjoy it, but now I really enjoy it. I have such a good time with it. I think it's such a heartwarming movie. It goes through some difficult things, and just, it's also funny. Like I said, a lot of these films are funny. This is a Disney classic as well. Can't go wrong with Disney. And so Ice Princess has grown on me so much so that it is number 4 on my list. And it's one I do want to own physically. I do want to own the Blu-ray, but I feel like it's rather expensive. So I'll wait. But no, Ice Princess is one of those that if you want to watch something that's nice, got a bit of a nice thing to it, has a couple of little dramatic moments, but nothing too dramatic, I would say give it a watch, because it is a fun, good time. And yeah, it has some really cool moments in it as well, especially the last half of the film. Brilliant. The next one is my second to last animated film, and it is one of 2 of the animated films that we've got from this franchise, and that is Kim Possible, So the Drama. This is pretty much, sorry, I'm going to sneeze. No, I'm not. This is pretty much the finale for the show, but it was an hour-long movie. I think it's an hour. Is it an hour? Yeah, hour and 8 minutes. And so I remember watching this for the first time a few years ago, actually. And I just loved it. I think this is my favourite one out of the 3 movies. Yeah, out of the 3 movies we've gotten so far. And just, she's a pretty badass in this movie. I think it's a fun storyline, and it's just, yeah. Honest to God, such a good film. And no, it's not the finale for the show. I tell a lie, so sorry. This is sort of like a middle of the road kind of movie. It's not the finale. I take that back. But it is fun, action-packed, and it suits Kim Possible to a T. And I love her battlesuit outfit in this, because we do get it in the later episodes. Because I believe this is maybe halfway through. Because you got A Stitch in Time, which come out before that. This. And then you got this one. So, yeah. So, Kim Possible, So the Drama. If you like the TV show, but didn't like the live-action movie we got, give this one a watch. You will enjoy it. And then my top 2, there was no way I was not going to put these in my top 2. At number 2 is my only Marvel film for this year. And it's one that's got an actual official MCU movie coming out this month. And that is Fantastic Four, the first movie. You know what? I love this film. I'm not going to lie. I know some people weren't massive fans of it. But I think after when we got Fan 4 Stick, a lot of people sort of slowly started going back to this. But I always enjoyed this. I don't know why. It was maybe because it was just so action-packed and just fun. Chris Evans in it, Jessica Alba. Trying to remember some other names in this. Michael Chiklis, Julian McMahon, who's just died. No, McMahon? Could be wrong. But he just passed away. And so I'm going to be rewatching this film before I go and see the newest Fantastic Four film we've got. And so it's going to be weird watching this knowing that the actor who played Doctor Doom has passed away now. But I am looking forward to watching it again because it is fun. And it's Chris Evans before he became Captain America. So if you want to see what he did superhero-wise beforehand, give this one a watch. But at my number 1 spot, nothing will ever top this. It has to be at my number 1. Lilo and Stitch 2, Stitch Has a Glitch. Yes. Wouldn't be a top 10 list from the earlier decades without Lilo and Stitch. This one is such a good film. It comes pretty close to the first one. It's so heartwarming. It's so sad as well. And basically what it is that because Stitch is an experiment, it turns out that he's currently having issues and he's currently glitching out, which means he's going back to how he used to be. Lilo's then having to deal with it. Stitch is not understanding why it's happening to him, and the whole family are trying to work it out as well. So with Lilo and Stitch 2, it's just so... It gives you so many mixed emotions. It makes you laugh, it makes you cry, it makes you happy, and it makes you sad. It's just so many moments. And there's a scene at the end of this movie that no matter how many times I have watched it, I always cry. It's just such a sad moment. And yet, knowing full well that I've seen it multiple times, like I said, I still get sad over it. So, honestly, one of the best straight to Disney DVD sequels we've got, and in fact, probably the best one. I do want to do a straight to Disney DVD sequel ranking at some point, but I do generally feel like this might be the first one. My voice is going, so I think I might have to wrap this up. But no, Lilo and Stitch 2 has to be my number 1 movie of 2005. Now, like I've said before in previous videos for this series, there are still lots of films in that year that I have not seen. Maybe a few that I haven't rewatched in a very long time. So that could all change when I watch those movies. So as it stands right now, these are my top 10 movies of 2005. So yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then do give it a thumbs up. And if you are new to the channel, then go ahead, hit that subscribe button and also notification bell down below to be notified when I post. And leave me your comments and thoughts on my top 10 list. What is your top 10 movies of 2005? Are you looking forward to the rest of the decade to see what comes next? And then, of course, we've got the 2010s after that. So, yeah, I really hope you enjoyed this video. And I'll see you guys next time.